Hey Chad, Ricky Johnson from Supercross.com. Just a quick little blog to say, man, you are one tough son of a bitch. That was a hell of a crash. The way you bounced right back up, and you could see that there was problems with your legs and stuff. For you able to, pretty much get off and let somebody carry off without screaming your brains out with all those injuries was amazing. Just wanted to go over a couple of things with you and kind of share with the public the things that you've been through at this point, because I have to say I was a little bit bummed when I heard you say that this was going to be your last year. One thing I want to remind you is that we always have these plans on how we want to retire and how great it's going to be at the end, but we never know exactly how that's going to come out. But the one good thing that came from this crash is you said that you're motivated more now than ever to get back on the bike and come back next year, because I have to say, very, very impressed with everything from putting the team together, with how you raced this year. It looked like that you were off just a little bit the first round, but then faster and faster every weekend, to where I think, like you said via text, that you had RV up against the ropes. Going back to 2002, when I interviewed you when you were on the Boost Yamaha in the 125 class back in the day, you said something that impressed me. I said, well, what are you going to do about next year when you move up to 250s and dealing with guys like Ricky Carmichael and stuff like that? You said, my dad told me something, if they bleed, you can beat them. And I have to say that you have conquered more giants than anybody I've ever seen in this motorsport. All the way back to Jeremy McGrath was one of your idols, and you going head-to-head with him over at the Paris Supercross and then knocking him down. I think, I'm not exactly sure, but anyways, you guys got into a scuffle and he jumped in your face and you defended yourself and back and forth. Then you sort of seemed like James Stewart was your Achilles heel. Because he was a little bit, I think he beat you in the East-West shootout, but you came back, you evolved some more. Then you got into the 250 class, racing with Ricky Carmichael. Carmichael was a completely different animal, races 100% all the time. You changed the way Ricky went about his stuff. You did more with momentum and cornering, and a little bit different on the jumping techniques than anybody else. So it's amazing to watch how you've evolved as a rider over the years. A lot of people, they get to a plateau and they stop, and you just keep raising that bar. One of the things that I want to remind you is that depending on your beliefs, that we have eternal life in heaven, but you only get one youth. And I'm going to tell you something, that I had the opportunity to race Supercross as a young guy. I got hurt and I was forced to quit. And there's nothing, I've raced off-road cars, I've raced some stock cars, I've raced desert cars, all these different things. There's nothing like racing a motocross bike. So hang on to that youth. We want you out there. We need you out there. And I still think the best years are still to come for Chad Reed. Good job, champ.